really what we're focused on is working with small to mid-sized companies to help them build an automation capability. So the reason why we focus there is because pretty much all global, whatever 2000 Fortune 1000 companies already have implemented automation. And if you're a company of that size, typically what you'll do is you will start hiring people and create an internal department to go after that. Smaller companies, it's just hard to justify hiring 3, 4, 5 people dedicated to this. Plus, there are a lot of mistakes that you can make if you kind of don't do this the right way. So what we do is we come in and say, look, basically for the cost of one FTE, we can give you access to all of the capabilities that you need to build an automation capability. Plus, because we have done this so many times, we can hit the ground running. Typically, within the first 6 weeks, you have something that we have built for you that's working and generating value. Most of our clients see a complete return on their investment within 8 to 12 months. And we have we play the role of either we can be your long-term outsourced partner in the way that a lot of companies have an outsourced IT department, or they used an outsourced marketing agency. We are your outsourced automation capability. And if you want to grow, we can add more to it. If you want to slow down, we can reduce it, but we kind of provide that as a service. Other clients of ours, they want to use us to test this. They want to make sure it's going to work. They want to get it up and running. But ultimately, a year or 2 years down, they want to bring in their own team and do it themselves. And that's fine too. So we can help people get a quick start, help them build what's often referred to as a center of excellence. So all of the right governance policies, the right strategy and approach. How do you build these things, these automation scripts, to be sustainable for the long term? And then we can pass that knowledge off to our clients. So we operate in either of those two capacities. So the marketplace is very fragmented right now, both in terms of automation platforms and automation consulting partners. The large consulting firms, we're not really competing against them because, one, they charge a lot more than we do, and they're looking for much larger clients than we're looking for. On the other end of the spectrum, you can find people, in India or the Philippines or in kind of lower cost markets that will do the RPA or the script development. But these folks aren't really helping you create an internal capability, and they're not helping you do this in a scalable and sustainable way. So we're trying to we fit ourselves in the middle of that market, where we are a very cost-effective solution. We may not be the cheapest, but if you look at this in terms of how quickly will you get things up and running, and how long will they stay running, and what kind of governance guidelines you have in place, we feel like we have a very strong offering to the market. If you look at the RPA platform space, so thinking about the underlying platform that you're writing these scripts in, there are, 80, 100 different companies out there that have platforms. When we first started looking at this, we focused really on the top providers, which right now is Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Blue Prism, and Microsoft. And Microsoft is really kind of come on the scene strong in the past 18 months and has, in that sort of Gartner Magic Quadrant, moved up to the top 4 grouping. The reason why we focused on these 4 is because you don't want to build a lot of automation scripts on a platform that's not going to be around for a long time. And so I get nervous about going for one of the other platforms, just because there's going to be so much shakeup in this industry. You want to be on one of the sort of the top tier platforms. within those top four, we really have focused on just two, Automation Anywhere and the Microsoft Power Automate platform. And that's not to say that those are better than UiPath or Blue Prism. They're different. We did sort of an internal analysis of all of them. They all do the same things. It's the development team liked those two the best. And so we decided to specialize on those just so that we didn't spread ourselves too thin.